broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, when I say,
I made it right there.
Oos! Oh! Nailed it.
that went about as awful as I thought it would.
No,
that was
if
exactly
by awful you mean amazing.
exactly how we expected.
Yeah.
Coming from this end of the table, that's a pretty high compliment. Welcome, everybody, to the Raw After Show right here at AfterBuzz TV. We got the same squad as last week because everyone enjoyed it, and so did we. So what the hell? Let's bring the band back together. Welcome, everybody. You can find me on Twitter at @JQuasto. This lady right here. Oh, I'm also this
Look at that.
for at least 3 more weeks.
Reigning and defending.
That's right. Although, who am I really defending against? Let's be honest here.
I don't even
Everyone.
participate anymore.
I miss
Everyone.
Steve Kaufman had to remind me to get this out of the closet, so got it.
You are not supposed to say that, Johnny. You
Ah.
keep that on your fireplace.
I keep it real.
You
He travels with it, actually. It's kind of a pain.
knew it.
Yeah, the people at TSA are like, "What is wrong with you? You're carrying a title
Like,
around?" I'm like,
I'm
"Yeah,
a predictions champ.
that's right.
NBD.
I'm not taking my shoes off,
You
American
know.
Airlines, you sons of." She's Catherine Kelley
Hello.
on the Twitter, but she is Cathy Kelley in our hearts. What's up, girl?
Hi.
She's also my tag team USO partner.
I made the best All Red Everything pun on the NXT After Show, so you should
Damn.
watch the first 2 minutes of it.
Someone tweeted about that.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but
Everyone was
people
saying
on
that
Twitter
even you
don't
would
encourage-
appreciate
don't
it.
encourage.
No,
Can
no,
you
no,
please-
no.
can
Go
you
and
please-
watch
this
it,
is one that
and then you will.
Well,
yeah.
you gotta
Alright.
tell us now. You can't just.
No, you have to watch it.
It's got to be
We
in
got-
the moment,
You
trust
gotta
me.
get that view count up, man.
Yeah.
I want to know what it
If you like jokes, watch it.
is. There are jokes, all right.
If you're a person with ears, check it out.
Fine. Let's go to the left side of the table. That man right there. See him every single week, including this Sunday at a TV taping for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA. You know he's Ty Matthews.
You know it is.
He's the progenitor of hyper optimism.
The first progenitor of hyper optimism. Thank you very much. Not progenitor Troy McGuire. Progenitor.
Yeah, that's
Look
right.
it up, y'all.
Wow.
That's right. Look it up,
You have
y'all.
so many mops.
Progenitor.
So many. I've got so many. Yeah, come out to Port Winnie this Sunday. You can see me. You can see this guy. You can see these. You can see this whole table.
You can't see me because I'm backstage.
Because you're John
can't see
Cena.
it.
We hit that at the same time. Yeah, we did.
They're the same
You
person.
can see her when you tune in on KDOC and on U2 America on Saturdays. But you know,
Yep.
That's right.
just support us in all
be there.
forms.
Follow it at
Support us
CWF Hollywood.
live,
Yeah.
on TV, on the Twitters, everything.
All 4 of us will be there.
Everyone.
Yeah.
There we go, including this guy right here. He's visiting us from the great land of Australia. He was the very first Lance Storm student, and a good friend of Tyson Kidd. And he's an incredible wrestler, incredible teacher. Find
He's
him on
more
Twitter.
than just friends with people.
I know he does.
I'm like, if I wasn't so brown, I'd be blushing.
He's a colleague. He's also very
a
tan. Find him on
colleague.
Twitter at Carlo Cannon. He's Carlo Cannon.
Hi.
What's up, bro?
Carlo.
Carlo Cannon.
That's how you got to pronounce it when you go and get coffee or something.
Yeah. Or they'll say my name's Tyler.
They'll,
That's what
they'll
I'll have
still
to
That was
spell it Tyler.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It was foreshadowing.
Carlo? Tyler? Okay.
I was shopping at the mall today.
I was shopping at the superstore.
The Superstore?
Yeah. That's as far as my American.
You should start cutting promos like that.
I could.
Yes.
Give me a mic, damn it.
Sounds like the California.
We're gonna have opposite day. I'm gonna be Australian. You're gonna be American.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
You've been saying mate and saying a lot of things that
Yeah.
you shouldn't say.
I've been swearing a lot.
More so than usual.
A lot more than usual.
My bad.
Oh, lordy.
Sorry.
This guy's a bad influence.
Well, hey, gang. We all got here. Traffic was terrible.
Oh, so bad.
It was
man.
raining in LA.
Raining in LA.
I've never seen it.
American Airlines did everything they could to keep me from being here, but by God, I got here.
They were like, you know what? The predictions champ is on this flight. I'll be goddamned if he's going to make AfterBuzz.
American Airlines went full heel on
You would
me.
have had to vacate the title.
I know, right?
Exactly.
It's because you're wearing a Survivor Series top, and they're seeing
what
if
it
you're a
is.
survivor. That's what it was.
They went full heel on me. They canceled a flight. They redirected a flight because Dallas had fog. Oh, no! It was annoying.
It's a conspiracy, is what I'm saying.
Brutal. Anyways, let's get to Raw. There was a lot of stuff, man. So many good matches tonight.
It was very
Jeez.
wrestling heavy tonight.
Suggesting the Usos versus me and me.
Very, very wrestling. What's that?
Ron Corleone is suggesting the Usos versus me and me at WrestleMania. I'm down. I am
sorta.
down.
I love Ron Corleone. He's hilarious. Old Ty and Jarek somehow teaming up.
That screen is going to distract me all night. I can't look at
I
it.
want to tell a story about my favorite promo of all time when you were not in the screen.
Oh, shut up.
Can I
You love
please-
that
Do we have
promo
room
so
for that?
much.
It was
Fine.
it was years ago in Championship Wrestling, and there was was it a 4-man tag?
It was a 6-man tag. It was
Six-man
the
tag.
Survive Hair series
So-
when
Yes.
Ryan Taylor and Peter Avalon were feuding over each other's hair.
So Ryan Taylor was a babyface at the time, and he had to get a third partner. He had to get a third partner. And he
I was
goes,
a suitable
Ladies and
replacement."
gentlemen, Jarek Matthews. And all of a sudden, you don't see Jarek Matthews because he's standing
If you
outside
had-
of the camera frame.
No. I was in frame, but if you had an SD TV, I was on the HD frame, but if you had SD, completely gone.
Just this.
I was just not there.
We're
Oh,
getting
so
so many get to Raw or we're not gonna have a show.
We've got plenty to say about Raw.
All right, let's do it.
We've
So
only got
starting
30
off,
minutes, though.
Roman Reigns cuts a promo on Rollins. Rollins talks smack back. They kind of put each other over. Simple as that. They're going to battle at Survivor Series. The Authority comes out to the ramp. That's Steph and Triple H. Says, let's make it official. Who wants to see Roman face Seth for the title? Well, you're going to get it. Just not tonight. And they dance around all happy because they made the fans all frustrated. It's going to be at the 25th anniversary of Survivor Series. So, do you think that's going to be the main event, or is there going to be something that upstages that?
What, Reigns versus Rollins?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely going to be the main event, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the women should have been the main event tonight, but
Yeah.
Reigns said when he was doing his promo, he was like, Rollins is good at brown nosing and kissing ass.
And those, both of those things.
That
He's good at
synonymous.
both of them.
So
I mean, I think kissing ass is the next level up from brown nosing.
no, kissing ass is
No,
what makes
brown
you a
nosing
brown
is just
noser.
the PG version of saying kissing ass.
Oh, okay.
Because where your nose is.
You know.
Well said.
You know.
Okay, got it.
Nothing gets past you, mate. Nothing.
Good to know.
Nothing.
Good to know.
Moving on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reading chat roll and I'm getting distracted.
This is what happens.
I know, but it's actually working for the first time, so it's like I want to get into it, you know? Anyways, Steph and Triple H, they make a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match tonight, which I love these matches,
Of
man.
course.
You know, I hope we have at least one on Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, honestly, growing up, Survivor Series was like my second favorite pay-per-view next to the Royal Rumble. I love elimination tags.
Why would you not have that in Survivor Series?
Because they've been unpredictable the last number of years.
There's plenty of years where they haven't had any Survivor Series tag matches.
What made Raw tonight so good was that it was unpredictable. Like, there
Absolutely.
were several things
Yeah.
that just,
Right.
I completely agree. That's why there got to be. I mean, I was surprised to see one 3 weeks before Raw. I mean, I'm sorry, before Survivor Series, but it ended up being fantastic.
I think they're building up for it to kind of introduce the fans. If they don't know what Survivor Series is, this is what it is. And with all those vignettes throughout of the actual Survivor Series matches, and reminding you of what it's all about. I think that's what they're doing. They're
Right.
reintroducing the crowd to what Survivor Series is.
And I think it was just a new and kind of unique way to really continue this story of Seth versus Roman. Get some tertiary players involved.
No, totally agree. I say as we go down the episode tonight, let's maybe think of what could possibly be a Survivor Series traditional matchups.
Okay.
With certain feuds, and maybe we'll come up with one before they do.
Okay.
Because they watch. They get our ideas.
Of course.
Yeah.
Are we talking 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? Because they could go either way.
They could go either way.
Hmm.
Let's play it by ear.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens' first match of
Dolph
the
Ziggler.
night. Kevin Owens, I love the little promo, the square promo that was prior to the match.
I love those, yeah.
Where he said something to the extent of he goes, if you don't root for me, that means you don't like me, and therefore I don't like you, or something to that extent.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
That's all
He,
you need.
on Twitter, has just been like ripping apart any fan that says something mean. Like there was someone who spelled the wrong "your" when tweeting at him, and he's like, maybe you should learn how to fix your grammar first.
He's honestly
Such a dick.
Kevin Owens' gimmick is just a troll. He's just trolling people at this
He's
point.
great.
And he's awesome.
He'll even troll himself. Like, he'll go and clearly, like, some of the tweets are like spelled out his name, not even tweeted at him, and he'll just like berate them. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just searches for people to troll.
He
It's
searches for
amazing.
himself. Yeah.
I love it.
Can't beat that, man. But this match was real good. Kevin Owens working the leg early on. Obviously, remnants from the Tyler Breeze attack this past a couple times, really. And then, of course, middle of the match, we hear the Tyler Breeze music. He comes down with the selfie stick, and also the selfie stick. I meant Summer Rae. Kevin Owens in control for much of the match. Ziggler... I'm sorry. Ziggler's on one leg, and then while they're sitting in the VIP section, eventually makes a comeback, but then a German suplex from KO, and then a distraction from Tyler Breeze. This time he actually gets involved in a pop-up powerbomb for the win. It was really good, minus just the VIP section thing. I don't know.
I want to see Tyler Breeze wrestle. I don't understand why he's out here.
That's
and, like,
the point.
But that's the thing is, like, when you have someone from NXT debut, I feel like this is a weird way for it to happen because people are initially excited. People popped so hard when they learned that he was going to be on SmackDown a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And then you have this weird thing where I feel like the people that don't know who we are or who he was before coming in, now they're just confused. They're like, this guy's not wrestling. Why is he here?
I don't necessarily think so. I think it's more than anything. I do think that there's some people that might, be wondering when something's going to happen. But I think more than that, it's people really building this anticipation, building towards what I can only imagine is a Dolph versus Breeze one-on-one match at Survivor Series.
Also, too, he's still on NXT
okay.
though, so I think he's got matches on NXT
but that's
coming
what a
up.
lot
So,
of them have had.
well, I think the good thing is it's like you want to see him wrestle, but you're not getting it. So you're like, well, where can I see him wrestle? But he's on NXT this week having a match.
Right.
I feel that way, and I think a lot of NXT fans are still going to tune into NXT, but it doesn't bring the mainstream audience like, oh, hey, I should see if this guy can wrestle and go watch NXT because of it. They don't care.
I don't think mainstream fans are worried about if he can wrestle. I think mainstream fans, in terms of the quote-unquote WWE universe, are like, oh, this guy just keeps messing with Dolph. I can't wait to see him get his comeuppance.
I mean, it pisses me off just because I feel like we all know the extent of what he can do, and he hasn't been able to show that yet.
But like I said, I think mainstream fans aren't thinking about his work rate or his ability
it's
the way
not
that
even
we
his
know
work
about
rate,
it.
but like he's barely been able to show any personality.
First impressions mean a lot. For me, I don't understand why you bring a guy up when he's just starting a feud with Samoa Joe at NXT. To me, that's a very odd thing.
I don't necessarily think
Yeah,
that's
him and
gonna
Joe are going at... They have a feud going on right now, yeah.
But they just had a one-on-one match and Joe went over clean.
Yeah.
So that's not really a long-term program.
I guess...
I mean, Tyler Breeze has been losing a lot of his things lately, so it seems...
And it's a shame because I really thought that there was a chance that he might have been working towards a one-on-one with Regal at the UK TakeOver.
I really wanted that.
Right, but with Regal's surgery, now that's out the window. So, unfortunately, because that would have been phenomenal for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Breeze is getting the upper hand on Ziggler so far. I don't know. Go ahead, Carlo.
I think it's kind of good because you want to see him get his ass beat. That's what you want to see. I want to see Tyler Breeze get beat up by Ziggler. That's what I want, because he keeps interfering, but there's no opportunity for it. And what you got to think about too is because it's still a weekly show, we're going to tune in every week to see if he finally gets that match.
I'm so worried though because I feel like the way that they're introducing him now is very similar to how they introduced Bo Dallas, and he was at the height of his mic skills and everything else down at NXT, and he lost a couple matches, but then they brought him up to the main roster, and then
But I don't remember, but did Bo Dallas have a legitimate, solid one-on-one program to ease into the way that Breeze does now?
I believe so.
Did he?
I don't
thought
know.
he just... No, remember Bo came in and was going on that little undefeated streak. He kept counting up his victories. I think he got up to 8.
Right.
And then they just decided to... Nope.
And so I think the difference here is that Breeze is opposite one of the company's top baby faces, so that when they finally do have a one-on-one match, I think they can really pull out all the
But
stops.
fans aren't as invested in Dolph right now just because of the weird storylines that he's been in recently with like Summer Rae and Lana, and then you don't know what's going on. It seems like a cluster F at this
But
point.
what you
with
see,
that
what you
storyline.
see of Tyler Breeze is clean, because he gets his selfie stuff in, which is we're introducing his character, so he's obsessed with himself. He's got his selfie stick, and then he hits his finish every time.
Right.
Really clean. We're establishing that that's his move, and every
That
time
is
he
true,
hits
yeah.
it, it's
Yeah.
clean and it's pretty. So the only thing we've ever seen of
Like
Tyler
him.
Breeze
Mm-hmm.
is clean and pretty. So I think that's what they're slowly trying to do. So when he finally has that match, you're like, I get who he is.
Right.
I get what his move is. So when they have the false finishes and have the match, we're invested. So it's like a slow burn, but it'll pay off. I believe it is.
Right.
Because he can carry it. He can do it.
And
He's got
eventually, when they do get their one-on-one match, I think it's going to be obviously really, really
Oh, it's
great.
going to be an incredible match.
It definitely will. I mean, and like we always say, we always preach patience, so maybe we got to be patient with the whole Tyler Breeze,
Right.
thing. I don't think he needed Summer, but maybe she needed him. I don't know.
Right. I think it was just an organic way to bring him up to the main roster, other than just saying, "Hey, here's a guy."
And you can make him feel important because we're building up to it. It's
Right.
important. It's not just like, oh, here's his first match. It's like we're building to his first match.
And theoretically, in storyline terms, he's clearly special enough to make Summer forget about Rusev and forget about Dolph. He's the new hotness.
The new hotness.
Yeah, you know?
That's your much like Ty Matthews PMA.
That's what they call me.
The new hotness.
Ain't no thing.
Yeah, the progenitor of hotness.
I like
There you
it.
go.
That's the new hotness.
So that's the new hotness.
Yeah.
So Breeze ends up hitting the beauty shot, and I was thinking this could maybe lead to a Survivor Series match, but with Breeze being so brand new to the main roster, would he really get a team?
I think he'd get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
I think they've got to build towards a one-on-one blow off.
True. Now, of course, we see some cool footage from the very first Survivor Series from 1987. Then backstage, Seth walks up to KO. Seth says, we should face each other at WrestleMania, champion versus champion. But you should be on my team tonight. And KO's like, all right, I'm in, but you owe me one. There you go.
Basically, yeah, the subtext being, if you're on my team, then I may or may not give you a title shot at Mania.
Simple as that. Any other comments? All right, Renee Young backstage with Becky Lynch. I like this.
Yeah.
It was
I like
wacky.
this a lot.
Go ahead.
I think that this is... I think people got a sense that Becky could, talk before, but I think this more than anything really showed just how natural she is.
She has a lot of personality,
Definitely.
and I think that it's cool to see her incorporate some of her puns and her attitude into the promos that she gives.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think, more than anything, it just, like I said, it really came off as more natural than anyone else on the mic right now, It was fluid. She was confident. She didn't stumble over anything. It was just a solid promo.
Yeah.
And that's what she needs, what I didn't like was Brie taking the mic from Renee, banishing her off screen, and then the camera just panning back to her just standing there the whole time.
I kind of like what the go back and forth between Brie and Becky Lynch. Brie calling her Brie calling her Charlotte's wacky sidekick, and then Becky calling her Nikki's pathetic doormat of a sister. It's like,
I thought that was awesome.
truth
It was definitely a great back and forth.
some world star hip hop right there.
Right. It's a pet
you know
peeve of
about
mine.
Worldstar?
It's a pet
Well,
peeve
a
of
lot
mine
about
when the mic just gets taken from the interviewer and then they just kind of F off screen.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to F off.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it did make sense, though, of, Becky being the one to give it back to Renee.
Right. But to me, it read as Renee just having nothing to do, so she's just standing there watching everything happen.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, because we talk about how, Becky's, a lot of people think she doesn't have the mic skills compared to, Paige or Charlotte, but I disagree. I think Becky's right there.
Right.
She's, it'll be her time eventually. But I really dug
It's hard
this.
when you have an idea of what you want to say and you have very intricate puns and things like that you're trying to incorporate, and then if one thing doesn't pan out exactly how you meant to say it could
Right.
ruin an entire promo.
And that's
all
what
about puns.
And that's what
well, that's the thing is hers can be so good, but if one thing goes wrong.
Right, and that's what we've always told people about, putting together a solid promo. It's just hitting those key points and just kind of calling everything else out there, just like a match.
But it's so much more interesting having her input or her additions as opposed to oh yeah, this is a great opponent and I am going to be even greater than they are.
You nailed it.
Who are you
That's a
imitating?
promo.
Who are you imitating?
Every other promo ever.
Oh, a lot of them for sure. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Are you here or are you in chat?
I am. Look,
Like, you've been everywhere today.
you know how early I was
don't even
up
know.
today?
Yeah. But, like, you'll
Sorry.
chime into, like, certain situations.
I'm trying to follow everything, and I'm having a hard time following everything tonight.
I think one
real hard.
of the real kind of narrative through lines that we saw throughout the course of the night was Becky as this underdog, both in the promo and in the match.
Yeah.
You know, and I think in both circumstances she really showed people what she could do.
But she's come into her own from that very first night that they debuted, Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky. I mean, for her, when she came out, her music hit, and that was like, I got chills. Like, I was such a little kid.
Sure.
And tonight, again, that was the first time I think I've had that feeling of, like, watching her come out and her feeling like a little kid. And then that, like, energy is just so infectious that she's excited to be there. She cares about the product, the company, and wants to see not just herself succeed, but, like, the entire women's division.
Absolutely.
Well, don't forget the main event she had with Sasha months back on, was it at a takeover? Or was it when she cried afterward? Like, it was amazing. Maybe,
That was a takeover.
Yeah,
Okay,
was that a 4-way? Or was it one-on-one?
That was one-on-one.
It was amazing, and
Yeah.
you're right. She's gonna get back to that point. It's just right now there's only so many spots open,
Right.
But she's doing everything she possibly can in the time allotted. So, good on her for sure. And I was very excited to watch the Fatal 4-Way, and they did not disappoint. But we'll get to that. Let's move along so we can talk plenty about it.
Yeah.
Cesaro taking on The Miz. Everything about this was fantastic on The Miz's end and Cesaro. Kip Up City early on. Stardust and the Cosmic Ascension sitting in the Stardust section. JBL with a Neil deGrasse Tyson reference, and then Cesaro swing 22 times over. And what I loved about The Miz, instead of like tucking in his head, he went like,
Just
arms
arms flailing, exactly.
so dope!
Yeah.
22 times, leading into a sharpshooter for the win. Everything about this match I loved. Miz knew his role. Cesaro knew his role. Just great.
Stardust and the Ascension kind of look like Rufio a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
That's
And-
all I can think about.
Yeah, everything. I full on agree. Everything about this was incredible. The match itself was really, really good, and I feel like The Miz is still one of the most underrated guys that they have on the roster right now.
Yep.
Not only that, but what a natural program for Stardust and the Ascension to be feuding with the Swiss Superman.
Yeah.
You know, it works right there with the comic book mythos, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the kind of matches that they can have are just going to be astounding.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stardust teased something about Cody on Twitter.
Did
over the
he?
weekend,
What did he
yeah.
say?
Hey, it's me, Cody. Just
All
kidding.
right.
I don't know what it was.
Nailing that reference. Nailed
But he
it.
mentioned Cody, or he was like,
What an
"Do you guys
intrepid
want to see
reporter."
Cody?" And then he's like, "Well, too bad."
He said something about Stephen Amell again, too. I think he's not letting that go either.
Interesting.
So. But I like the fact that Stardust and Ascension are just, they haven't attacked yet. They're just sitting
They're
there.
just watching.
Just observing.
I love
Getting the lay of the land.
Connor holding up that sign.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the pure joy, like this childlike excitement on Stardust's face when Cesaro was about to do the swing. It was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
But I love that finishing combination.
Wasn't it?
Spine buster into the swing into the sharpshooter.
Well, it's like what
So
Carlos said
fluid.
last week. You will never get the same Cesaro match. If John Cena has 5 moves of doom, Cesaro has like 97.
He's
Like,
the man of 1,004 comebacks.
Yeah, like every match is different, and just like tonight, Cesaro swing into the sharpshooter. When have we seen him do that?
Right. And not only that, but adding that spine buster onto the beginning of it to lead into the swing.
Telling you, man. Oh,
It's good stuff.
when is he
And he
gonna?
can speak 5 languages.
Right.
What?
He's too good.
Telling you,
pretty
he
ridiculous.
better be in a major match by WrestleMania 32. or
For
I'm
a guy
gonna
that they
piss
said
off.
couldn't connect with the audience.
Bull
Right, exactly.
crud.
He's doing some crazy stuff now.
He got one of the loudest pops of the night at Hell in the Cell, and that was before the damn event even started.
He has a whole
Right.
section.
Yes. Like, I'm trying to think. Obviously, Lesnar Taker was loud. But Cesaro, that crowd went crazy for him. Like, it was right up there with any other pop in there.
People love watching him. There's not many guys that are as much pure fun to watch.
Yeah.
Did you hear in commentary though? They said they referenced the Miz is a sports entertainer and Cesaro is a wrestler.
I'm
Did they
glad they're
say
using
that?
the word wrestling again. I
Interesting.
really like that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're using the word wrestling again. Because one of the reasons I know MVP left, he said, he goes, one time I got yelled at for saying the word wrestling, and he's like, I knew I had to leave.
Right,
And that was
right.
years ago, so obviously it's nice that they're...
Kind of working it back in, definitely.
You need to.
It's hard.
It is wrestling, for God's sake.
It's hard to phase out the word wrestling when your biggest event of the year is called WrestleMania.
Yeah. Jason Sizon with a good point here. He goes, Cesaro doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would fight enough for himself backstage. As much as I love his performances, he might just be one of those guys who's like happy-go-lucky and doesn't really politic. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think any of us are really in any position to speculate on how they deals with politics.
I liked when Cesaro was walking out and he just accidentally hits the camera.
That's awesome.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes in the next 6 months for sure. Bray Wyatt. Wow. He said a lot of things.
Segment. I am 1,000% on board with the segment.
So was I, but other people, he was telling me people on the internet were not happy, and his face was kind of like, he gave the sour face.
Absolutely
This was
not.
so different from what we've seen Bray do time and time again. Like, I was happy, like, regardless of the lightning not being the best quality lightning.
Okay, now
it was cool because it was different.
Right. And what he did tonight is no different than what The Undertaker and Kane have been doing for 25 damn years. You know, The Undertaker did the exact same things in the 90s, and everyone lost their minds over it.
Yeah, but if you watched a movie that was made in the 90s today, you wouldn't be as impressed by...
I beg to differ.
But what I'm saying is that people grew up with that Taker, and that's part of why he became so idolized and so mythologized.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's fair to hold the effect tonight against Bray Wyatt, because it's the exact same thing.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I thought it was weird.
Of course it was weird. That's the best part.
Top, but
It's very 90s and 80s,
I
like
wish-
the bleeding face.
I wish the
and
thunder and the
that's the
lightning
best
came in
part.
like half a second earlier, like right when he said the word.
I am 1,000% on board with how ridiculous it was. The fact that he ate their souls, listen to me.
Yummy.
He ate their souls,
Delish.
consumed them, and absorbed their powers, and now he can control thunder and lightning and fire.
Yeah, take that,
I am
Rachel Ray.
100% on board with that. Don't care. Do not care.
I'll
Love
say,
it.
before I get into what he said exactly, back
In
to the whole
voice.
wrestling term, shout out to Monsieur Melancholy for calling it Entertainment Mania instead of WrestleMania. Anyway, so Bray Wyatt, yeah, like you said, he said they carried out the rotting carcass of Undertaker and the scorched body of Kane, but it was never the bodies they were after, but a soul lives forever. They have successfully harvested. They harvested souls. That's not easy to do.
That's what he does.
I don't even know how to farm.
You know?
And he says, now I summon the thunder, and I summon the lightning, and I summon the forces of darkness, for I am Bray Wyatt, the eater of worlds.
I wrote down, I summon the desserts. I am Cathy Kelley, the eater of cupcakes.
Yes.
But I think, you know, it's like I said, part of the reason that people idolize The Undertaker is because we had stuff like Paul Bearer opening the top of the urn and a huge bright light like on the top of the Luxor came out. People love that stuff, and I think that this was a throwback to stuff like that.
Hell yeah, man! I love throwbacks. I mean, it was different and it was over the top, but it's Bray Wyatt. It should be over the top.
Look at Bray Wyatt's character. What do we expect? Like he's gonna cut a realistic promo about how he just wants to beat someone in a wrestling match?
Well, I think before he could have been perceived as someone that was the leader of a cult that was just brainwashing people.
Right.
And now, if
And
he
I
has
think-
those powers, then it takes it to the next level.
Absolutely, I agree. And I think him just being a crazy schizophrenic cult leader was the perfect organic starting point. Now introducing the fact that he may or may not have supernatural friggin' Bayou powers.
Since they weren't
Bayou
that good, it
powers.
could just be like him convincing people, like using magic.
Those Bayou powers, they get you.
Absolutely.
You know, I can't think of the Bayou without thinking of Forrest Gump, so I just feel like it's a weird. It's a
Lieutenant
definitely
Dan,
weird.
ice cream.
Bayou Le Battery. Lucha Dragons, and they're taking on King Barrett and Shamus. Kalisto is 5 times quicker than anyone else in the arena. And just no one catch up. The corkscrew shoulder tackle on Barrett, and then hits that. I don't know what the finisher's
The
called.
Salida del Sol.
Thank you.
That was so surprising.
Lord.
He didn't even know what the finisher was because they haven't been able to hit it in so
Exactly,
long.
and that's I agree. Yeah, I feel like this match was the best one they've had in a long time.
because they won?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, and also that, but I think they, you know, sometimes they don't have the best of luck. Sometimes they shoot for the stars, and sometimes they fall a little short. Like Kalisto's attempted springboard Dragon Rana on Kevin Owens not too long ago.
Their matches usually drag on.
You are a
How did she do it?
So quick. Boom, boom.
First off, Dragon was also a terrible rapper back in the day, but he was part of DMX's Rough Rider.
the Rough
crew.
Riders?
Real bad. My name's Dragon. It was so stupid.
anyway. God, I hate you so much.
How does she do that?
She's the worst person.
She's got the
Bayou
Bayou
It's her own
powers.
Bayou powers.
Son of
She consumed the
My
soul.
super unnaturally high IQ.
Like, for
That's what it
real.
is.
Clearly.
But I think that this match was really. I think this match had everything. And I'm not usually the biggest supporter of Sheamus, but I think everyone was on their game. Everyone was on point.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was hot tag city.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a video game. The longer Kalisto stayed on the apron, the more they charged up this hot tag.
Yeah.
And when he finally got in, he's just throwing everything he's got,
It's really hard to convey that energy and that enthusiasm when you're wearing masks. And I
Right.
think this is one of the
True.
first times where they did it on a main roster match.
Right. Even Sin Cara, I mean, the height that he got on that springboard moonsault was absolutely incredible. But I think, and I think it's, it's not crazy to say that this was a bit of an upset, Even if they did.
It
Even
was 100%.
Well, no, it can be, I say a bit because they pinned King Barrett, and he's kind of the WWE's perennial loser.
I literally wrote down all of this cool stuff happening on Raw and then reminded that Sheamus has the briefcase. I didn't even write anything about the match.
Right. I'm okay. You know what? This match was so good. It made me
like
okay.
this match,
It
yeah.
made me okay with that.
Everyone was on point tonight with the matches,
Right.
Specifically.
Definitely.
I mean, it was really fun to watch.
And not only that, but going back a little bit to Bray Wyatt, the video packages of tonight, we saw a package for the Dragons, and we saw a package for Taker and Kane, and it was just, I thought that was really cool. That part showing us what the Brothers of Destruction were able to do and what Bray Wyatt theoretically can do now that he's harvested their souls. Oof. But also with the Lucha Dragons, they've got the power even after losing and even after, the occasional botch here and there. They can show people, hey, these guys are a big deal. You should like them and do their little point thing.
That was an upset, I think, because they've been winning a lot. Barrett and Sheamus have been unstoppable in them as a 3, and they've been winning non-stop.
Right.
So I think with the package for the Dragons and then them going over clean,
right,
it's going to give them a lot of momentum heading to, I think they're rebuilding this tag thing. I mean,
definitely, yeah.
I mean, they built it pretty big in NXT, so it would be smart of them to transfer that over to the main roster.
Sure.
Since they have so many.
Plus, don't forget, there were no Dudleys tonight, so who's going to be the next challenger whenever the Dudleys and New Day feud ends?
Right.
There's no reason why Lucha Dragons would not be a welcome addition to a feud.
If they start winning and become a credible threat.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a big if at this point,
looks like a start.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
With this clean win on Raw.
Now, here's a segment that I found peculiar and kind of enjoyful.
Okay.
Enjoy that a word?
Sure. Now it is.
Joyful.
Enjoyful. No,
Joyful.
enjoying.
Enjoying.
I like enjoyful.
Enjoying. My brain is harvesting the correct
It was
word.
super enjoyful.
So, Zebediah Coulter is sitting on the Rascal, and he's approached by Jack Swagger wearing a leather-bound jacket. And he says, are you okay, you and Alberto together? And he tries to explain what Mex America is all about. It's time to unite, not divide.
He'd include Canada if they weren't.
If they weren't so simple-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, you ever been to Canada? A lot of smart people.
Canada.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Swagger doesn't believe him. Del Rio shows up and says, stay away from Zeb and our business. Viva Mex America. And then he walks away, and Zeb scoots away, and Jack's standing there.
He calls him Little Jackie.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's in
Interesting.
his little Jackie too.
Very interesting. Did she do another wordplay? What'd you say now?
It was pretty. I gotta give it.
What was
that
it?
Just Little Jackie, and he's wearing a little jacket. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Can't do
Not
it.
today.
But it's interesting where they're going with their whole.
Where are they going with Swagger?
with
He's
their
not been
gimmicks.
on TV
With
in
Swagger.
forever.
Right.
What's the deal?
I can't imagine. I mean, there's got to be a one-on-one match between Del Rio and Jack Swagger at some point. If that does happen, I don't like Swagger's chances of looking any sort of credible.
Yeah.
But,
I don't like anyone's chances against Del Rio right now.
Right.
But it's interesting the direction that they're going, in that they want to unite Mexico and the U.S. and that's it. They're all for unity between these two countries and nobody else.
But they're being heel.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. They want unity between these two countries, and everyone else can F off.
Yeah.
Between what they said about Neville being an immigrant, but between what they said about Canadians tonight, it's interesting, this sort of like dual Djangoism.
Got it.
Happening.
Very much so. ADR versus R-Truth. I mean, this was quick.
Yeah. Actually, it went on.
They gave more time than I thought
It went longer than I thought. Exactly.
Yeah. So ADR wins, in case you were wondering. New Day's backstage. They tell Seth Rollins they could be his teammates. I mean, just everything about this backstage segment was so funny. Xavier Woods comes back. They do the unicorn horns. They summon the power of the unicorn and the trombone.
A lot of magic tonight, huh?
A lot of magic. Just so good. And, of course, they wrote a song.
Team Rollins. Team Rollins.
Then Sasha Banks backstage getting ready. JoJo asks if she has anxiety for tonight, and Sasha's like, "Nah, girl, I ain't got no pressure to deliver. They all want Sasha. I'm gonna win this tonight."
We want Sasha.
Yeah.
Boom.
Good stuff.
All right,
Lot
time
of
to talk
diva
about this
promos tonight.
fatal
It was good
four-way because apparently we're running shorter on time than I thought we
Super
were.
short.
I don't know why. It's only 8:55. Is Supergirl ruining us again?
We only get until we have 5 more minutes left. So
You're kidding me.
No, keep going. That's why I was telling you not to tell the
At the
story.
very most, I can give you guys about 10 to 15.
Nobody told us.
All right.
Yes,
Fatal
they
four-way.
have.
No one told me. Fatal four-way for the #1 contender for Divas Championship. Everything about this was phenomenal.
Right.
If anyone, feel free to hit the highlights because there were so many.
I mean, I think it just continued that story of Becky not only being an underdog, but being one of the most technically sound divas that they've got on the roster.
Yep.
Throwing Oklahoma rolls and exploder suplexes and pump handle suplexes and
That-
deep arm drags.
Quadruplex or whatever.
Tower bomb. That tower
That's how
bomb.
I'm over towers. I've got
But
to say.
it's good to see.
Over
That
towers.
was such a cool move, though, and for the
Yeah, it was
women
cool.
to do
It was cool the first time that anyone did it, like 7 years ago.
But I guess girls don't really do it. And I think this match, if you watched it properly, it got over Sasha really strong.
Absolutely.
And Becky over really strong. And
Right.
it showed that like Brie could keep up.
Right.
There was no booze really in this match. And then you see Paige coming in and stealing the win. So I felt
Some
like
of those knees were really stiff.
Yo,
They're working. snug with
Bree's
each other.
one knee to, was it Sasha? That looked brutal.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like people not turning their heads or just
I
working reckless.
think the girls they go
They're just
hard.
going
They
hard.
got something
Honestly-
to prove and they go all out.
Both Sasha and Becky tonight, especially Becky, and she's done this before, but it looks like she just doesn't care about her body. Like she wants to
gotta
do
care.
whatever she can
Right.
to make it look good, and
Right.
it's crazy.
I get it, but she's got to think longevity.
I don't think she's working unsafe necessarily, but I do get a little concerned with the seeming reckless of some of the strikes. You know, like Paige's knee in the corner, it seems like it's just hitting people on the chin, and maybe that's by design, but it's a little bit concerning.
But then again, you gotta realize these girls probably trained and wrestled each other a million times
Right.
in NXT, so
Right.
they know each other and they're doing it to each other. Like they're killing each
And
other,
I mean,
but they know their bodies.
and
Like
we know more than anything. The closer you are with someone, the more you're going to beat the hell out of someone in the ring.
very true. I'm sure if we get in the ring, I will punch your face so hard.
There you
I
go.
realize too that I feel like the women are scrutinized that much more than the men in every single move and every single match that they have,
Right.
and so they know Sasha, Becky, all of those girls know that this is the time where they really have to prove themselves
Yep.
because they are being given this push.
Right,
And they have chips
definitely.
on their shoulder. They're like, look, we want to be the main event too.
And yeah,
they're getting
and
it.
I think you're right. Yeah, they know that it can go away just like that,
Yeah.
even easier than it might,
With
for the guys.
one wave in an arena.
I think with the girls too, one thing that you don't see much is the selling, and Sasha sells incredibly. Like the
Yeah,
way
she
that
does.
she
There were
moves,
times when I thought she was broken.
her facial expressions, that's what makes her, I think, stand out so much. Like her
Right.
selling is, I could watch her sell all day long. Like she's that
Sure.
good.
And the way it ended, Sasha hits the bank statement. Then, of course, Paige breaks it up, hits the Rampage for the win. What I think I'm excited for is this whole Lunger Blaze thing. She's talking a lot of smack on Instagram, talking about, hey, I have the women's title. I still have the women's title. There's been talk about wanting to get rid of the Divas title. I mean, if Lunger
That's
Blaze...
totally a work though.
Interesting.
So many people are like, "Oh no, that's real."
But that's what I'm saying. I would love to see Alundra Blaze
Amazing.
put the women's title up on the line, and then Paige wins it, and it becomes the women's title.
That would be
Maybe that's down the
phenomenal.
road. That'd be really cool.
I feel like
Paige versus
that's
Charlotte?
That would be a main
right.
event.
I feel like
for
that's
pay-per-view worthy.
wishful thinking, but I would love for that to happen.
I think Alundra Blaze stays in great shape. She's a monster truck driver.
Oh, I have no doubts that she could do it.
So you could have Paige coming out with the women's title saying that she's the real champion, and Charlotte with the Divas champion saying that she's the
Sure,
real champion.
definitely.
Then they have a title versus title match.
I mean, hey.
But yeah, not only that, but the finish of this match.
That's a main event match.
The shotgun finishes between this match. Becky going for the disarmer, getting hit with a bank statement, then the rampage. Just it's such a rapid fire, such a hot finish.
It really was.
But,
I mean, kudos, ladies.
yeah.
Just so good.
And then afterwards,
Well, a whole bunch of stuff. Byron Saxton in the ring. Paige basically calls everyone a loser, and if you like Charlotte, you're a loser too. Let's jump cut here. Renee's talking to Charlotte. Then New Day. Everything they said is amazing once again. I don't know how my mic got all crooked. I'm just getting out of hand here. Main event time. Team Rollins. That's the New Day. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins taking on Roman Reigns, Ryback, Dean Ambrose, and the returning Jey Uso. He came back quick.
That was such an awesome surprise.
That was
another moment that was electric, and I felt like a kid when watching them come out.
Right, absolutely.
And they just had so much, you could tell how excited they were to be
And
back
it was one of those things I never realized how much I missed the Usos, but I mean they were firing on all cylinders, and that really it was a surprise that nobody foreshadowed. It didn't get spoiled in any way.
Yeah.
I mean that was really, really unexpected.
I was thinking about Ryback when they came out and they were saying he looked hungry, and then he just started licking the bottom lip, and it was it was weird.
Just amazing.
I must have missed that. I think I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
No, I was describing it as it's when you finish a meal and you still have some food on them, just started
It'd
licking his face.
It'd be a good
weird.
GIF, whatever it's called.
I think it's supposed to be GIF. I still say GIF.
I don't know. I never
Peanut butter or eat it.
Yeah.
Feed me more.
A lot of amazing. Yeah, feed me more. A lot of amazing spots here in this match. It came down to the Shield basically. Ambrose and Reigns taking on Rollins. Rollins gets DQ'd. Chair shots to both, just demolishes him. Then a Superman punch, and he flees. But a lot of amazing moments. Xavier Woods starting off with "I got this, I got this, I got this," and then bam, super kick and a splash by the Usos, and he's out in
we
30
saw.
seconds.
I mean, with the Usos returning, they definitely had to be pushed in a strong way, and I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, they took out Woods, they took out Kofi. They really looked solid in there.
That's who can be.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
They took out
future
two of the tag
division.
champs, right?
Exactly.
Again.
That's exactly right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But wow, this whole night, just phenomenal.
It was
matches.
a great episode.
And that moment again, I love when we just have it be the Shield and the final three being Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns.
I mean, people have been fantasy booking it ever since the Shield broke up. The three-way between all of them at WrestleMania. Ideally, we'll see if that happens, but it's what everyone wants.
Once again, no Cena. I think that's why they're going so hard. They need to deliver some.
It's weird.
he's
I
on a
didn't
little
even
hiatus.
notice.
Yeah.
I did not even notice.
It's the whole no Cena. Step
Yeah.
your game up.
Dropping-
Who's going to grab the
dropping-
brass?
Can't
Yeah.
see him.
Dropping the
'cause
US
he's not
title.
on Raw.
Who's going to grab that?
Keep doing it.
The brass rings are up there. Who's
till,
going
till it's over.
gonna grab
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Who's going to grab for those brass rings?
Right now.
Get it! Get them! Get them! Damn it!
I think he's Vince.
Sorry.
Can you see it?
Grab the brass rings.
But yeah, I mean, obviously him dropping the U.S. title to Del Rio, beginning of his little hiatus, and I hear that Nikki's on a bit of a hiatus with him as well.
That would explain why she was not in the number one contenders match.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well, hey, great night. We got 20 days from Survivor Series, so a lot of stuff to build up. We really don't have any matches besides Rollins and Reigns.
I mean, it's still 3 weeks out.
we've got Rollins and Reigns. We've got Paige versus Charlotte
Paige
now.
and Charlotte, and that is
It's gonna be amazing.
We can speculate. We can speculate on the possibility of Ziggler versus Breeze.
yeah.
A Survivor Series match. You know what I was thinking too? The Lucha Dragons had some camouflage on, if you noticed. Maybe they'll team with the Dudleys.
Damn.
Could be.
They had camouflage.
I think
Maybe
that
it's
might be a coincidence, but it could
I'm
be.
calling it.
Unless there's the New Day doesn't put the titles up, but I don't know that they wouldn't.
Right.
But who knows? Either way, really fun night, and even people on the internet who like to hate are not complaining about any matches tonight. It was really good.
I mean, in-ring stuff, it was really good stuff. I mean, you can't really get much better than a night full of matches like this. We got a Survivor Series match. We got a Fatal 4-Way. We got Cesaro swinging someone 22 times.
That's the truth.
I mean, can't ask for much more.
They're delivering
Nope.
at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they
He's
are.
delivering.
And I think we delivered. Well, I didn't, but you guys did.
You look good though,
We got
right?
you, Johnny.
I probably don't look good. I haven't looked in the mirror since yesterday. I have
You
no
look
idea.
great. That's all that matters.
Thank
And
you.
you're
have
the
a
champ.
belt,
You're the
right?
champ.
That's something.
You're allowed to mail it in sometimes.
I didn't try to mail it in. It's just I haven't slept. I'm sorry.
The schedule of the champ is very difficult, you guys.
It's a taxing.
Don't make fun of it.
It's a taxing schedule.
Yeah.
But remember, you have to defend it within 30 days.
I got it. Go ahead, Carlo. Put yourself over.
You can find me at Carlo Cannon on the Instagram and Twitter.
And shopping at the Superstore. Ty Matthews.
Superstore. We love the superstores here in America. Ty Matthews PMA on Twitter, on Instagram. Read my stuff in AP and on Smosh. Watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood
And this Sunday,
at the Ocean View Pavilion in Port Hueneme, 3 o'clock. It's completely free. Come see some wrestling.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley.
That's right. At Jay Quasto, Wrestling Compadres Slamcast. We have our t-shirts available, so go to prowrestlingtees.com/wrestlingcompadres. Whistle Sports Epic Tour will be in Atlanta on Thursday, and then Clemson for the Clemson-Florida State game this weekend. So if you're going to be there, let me know. And also, I think the first episode will drop tomorrow. So if you see me post it, please retweet and favorite for
The
me
whistles
and
go
enjoy it.
whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. They go whoop, whoop. See you next week.
Woo!
Yeah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.